The fact that he's the richest black man on the face of the earth, he didn't get there by not doing homework. He got there by doing his homework on all investments. So you can be sure that he's done that very well in this particular case. And by the way, let me tell the rest of you that are talking about investments in rice. If there is nothing you can invest in this country today that gives you a higher rate of return than investing in rice. If you invested, let's say $14 million in a commercial rice mill, you will make back that money in exactly 2 years. The internal rate of return on investing in rice is between 35 to 48%. You tell me which other business you'll be doing that will give you that rate of return. And here we are in Nigeria. We are now moved into a case where we can produce that rice twice a year, in the wet season and in the dry season. And the varieties that we're giving farmers, which are the varieties that we're going to use in this case, gives you average yield of 5 tons per hectare. That means you can make 10 tons per hectare. And the price of rice is what? In terms of FOB price? You know, maybe about, is it $4.60?
$4.60, yeah.
Yeah, $4.60. So you take it at $10, 10 tons per hectare, multiplied by $460. That's how much you make on 1 hectare. So you can understand, and that is just not talking of when you start processing the other high-value things. So there is nothing in this country today that pays more than rice. Now, I will answer the question about those talking about imports. The reason why we are driving this as a country is very, very simple. If we don't change our habits on rice consumption and production in Nigeria, we have estimated that by 2050, if we don't change that, with our population rising, with people eating a lot of rice, replacing other things, if we don't change it, if we just continue with status quo, we will need about $35 billion a year to import rice by 2050. And it is a wise person that looks far. And since you don't want to run a prodigal economy, where you are creating money for others, and then you are eating the food of pigs at home, then you will invest to make sure that you are able to take advantage of that in the future, which is what we are doing today. A father must lay up for his children. Only a foolish father will consume today and make sure that his children have nothing in the future. What the president is doing here is securing the future of Nigeria today. And so you can be sure that we will have the capacity, as we have just said, to be a net exporter of that rice in 4 years. So when that 2050 comes, you go to any African country by the grace of God, the rice you'll be finding there will not be Thailand rice, it will not be Indian rice, it will be Nigerian rice. That's exactly what we are doing from here today. I thought you'd be happy. You don't seem to be happy. The reason is that in India and Thailand today, as a commissioner for Edo State said, they stacked up about 14 million metric tons of rice in India, close to 18 million metric tons in Thailand. And the place they want to send that is Nigeria.
Yeah.
And that will have the impact of killing off our own farmers, killing off our own rural areas, reversing, dumping, and creating poverty here. And that is not going to happen. And that's why we decided that we must be very aggressive. And we are going to be a dominant player in the global rice market ourselves. You know, I think when a giant has slept for quite a long time, when he wakes up, then you must notice that a giant has finally woken up. And that's what you are seeing here. Now, on the issue of whether this will stop the importation of rice, obviously, that's exactly what we said. When you export, you stop importation. That's exactly what it is. And when it comes to the issue of will we attain self-sufficiency in rice by 2015, let me be very clear. We are very close in terms of self-sufficiency in paddy production to be self-sufficient in rice by 2015-2016. We are very, very close. We have increased the paddy production in the country by an additional 7 million metric tons over the last 3 years. And we have not counted the coming dry season into that. And when we count that into it, we are going to be, within 2 years, very close to being fully self-sufficient in paddy production.